There's only one thing more frustrating than watching your child struggle with chronic health issues or struggling with them yourself. And that's feeling like you've literally tried everything to help and you or your child are still struggling and you can't find the answers and you can't find the doctors who truly listen and get to the real root cause. Many parents feel like they're left putting things all together on their own. And instead of finding one doctor or provider who can link all of these health challenges together and make sense of things, well, we have some good news for you. While it might not be something that you've heard of before, nervous system dysregulation, dysautonomia, and what's called subluxation are some of the most overlooked and extremely common reasons that your child or you may not be healing despite all of the diet changes, therapies, supplements, and so forth. The nervous system controls and coordinates every major system of the body, and when that becomes dysregulated and out of balance, it immediately begins to shut down and alter things like gut function, gross motor function, and coordination. It also massively interferes with the immune system and inflammation. So, if you or your child are struggling with sleep, gut, immune, sensory, behavior issues, learning to help them better regulate their nervous systems and restoring function to the vagus nerve may be the absolute missing link that you've been up late at night searching for. This video is for all those parents who have felt dismissed and stuck on this endless merry-go-round of medications, diet changes, and detoxes, hoping to address their child's chronic symptoms. In this video, we're revealing how optimizing the vagus nerve and overall nervous system function could help improve many of your child's health struggles. In this video, you're going to learn all about how neurologically focused chiropractic care for kids can help achieve levels of healing that you never knew were possible by helping restore function to the nervous system, activating the vagus nerve, and getting your child's brain and body connection working at its best once again. Let me tell you a story about Courtney. So Courtney finally found some relief from chronic health issues with chiropractic. Let's talk about how this incredible fighter did with her care and what she has to say about her road to healing. Trying to solve a chronic health problem is never an easy or straightforward journey. I have had many migraines since I was 11 years old, and I have tried so many different treatment methods. My digestive issues and anxiety and panic attacks appeared after being diagnosed with Lyme disease. And she's tried so many things to improve those as well. It's a long, frustrating journey of trial and error. And while some treatments did help improve her symptoms, she knew that there was something missing and it was still being affected by these issues too often. She did the diet changes, hormone replacement therapy, preventative medicine, which she knew that she never wanted to be on any of these meds long term. She did IV therapy, she had previous chiropractic care, many supplements, and a lot more that she had tried. Now, the difference with chiropractic care is that we focus on the nervous system, which is a piece of healing that she hadn't really had focused on before. So when she first saw her neurological scans, she really wasn't surprised. She actually felt a little validated because she knew that her body was struggling neurologically, but none of that testing had previously been done to show her what she felt inside. So almost a year later, her scans have improved so much, and it gives her a lot of hope that even though that there's still more healing to come, she is on the right track. So it took her some time to notice big changes, but within weeks of starting care, she did start to notice little changes. She felt that her body learned how to pump the brakes and start relaxing. The panic attacks and anxiety that she had that came with the migraines were decreasing little by little, and she was starting to recover from them faster. She did go through a period where her symptoms increased, and she knew that this meant that something was working because it has always been that way in the past with healing. Now, let's fast forward about 8 months into care with chiropractic, and she has gone 5 weeks without a migraine. This is the first time that that's ever happened in years. And over the past few months, she's spent much less time recovering from daily health problems, and she's been able to enjoy her life so much more. Especially this past month, she was able to spend so much more time and freedom with her family without these debilitating migraines. She's excited for her road to healing and can't wait for what's about to come. First of all, let's talk about this nervous system dysregulation and dysautonomia. They might be words you haven't heard before. So, nervous system and dysregulation and dysautonomia refer to malfunction or imbalance within the nervous system. Now, this affects its normal functioning and capacity to regulate responses to stimuli, control and coordinate various organ systems, and just keep the body working well altogether. The most common signs of nervous system dysregulation in kids include sleep disturbances, gut and stomach problems, frequent respiratory and immune challenges, gross and fine motor problems, sensory overload and sensory processing difficulties, and behavior problems like tantrums, meltdowns, and so forth. And this tends to be overlooked quite a bit by pediatricians and everyone else too. While conventional pediatricians most commonly blame genetics and natural health, or integrative physicians talk with parents about important things like gluten and dairy sensitivities, toxins, and so forth, for millions of kids, nervous system dysregulation and vagus nerve dysfunction set up shop early on in their life and are almost hidden in plain sight. It's a root cause that can be overlooked very easily. When every other form of traditional medical testing and even integrative or biomedical testing has failed to really find the root cause of your child's challenges, you can almost guarantee that the nervous system dysregulation and what's called subluxation, which originally triggers it, are at play. So, how do we find nervous system dysregulation, dysautonomia, and subluxation? The first place that parents can look for signs of this trouble brewing in the nervous system are what we call symptoms within the basics of neurophysiological function: sleeping, eating and digestion, pooping, staying healthy instead of sick, regulating emotions, sensory processing abilities, things like that. From there, the most important thing for parents to do is to get to their local PX doctor and have what are called the neurological insight scans run. Now, these scans do exactly what they sound like. They look inside the nervous system to determine how well or not well it is functioning and regulating. I want to show you the scans of Courtney, who we talked about earlier, who really started getting on her journey months after care had started. This is her first scan when she came into the office. Now, if we look at this scan, it might mean more to me than it does to you, but I want to try to show you what I'm looking for in these scans. We can see some big red bars in her system. Colors generally don't tell me a ton about nervous system dysregulation, but it does tell me that there's a problem there. Now we can see that there's multiple places in her system that have some dysregulation. The other part that I'm looking at is how chunky her scan looks. So you can see big batches on one side, and then it flips to the other side and then switches back. That tells me that the nervous system is not regulating very well. When we have big chunks like that, it means that the brain cannot get messages through to the rest of the body very well. And that's that nervous system dysregulation and vagus nerve dysfunction. That big red bar up top tells me that there is not a lot of information getting to the vagus nerve as well as we'd want it to. Parents, it's time to stop chasing symptoms and trying a new medication or new supplement each and every time. Instead, let's help you address everything at once by getting your child's nervous system regulation and function back in order so that they can really heal from the inside out and get back on track with their health and well-being. For so many families, neurologically-focused chiropractic care, like we specialize in here at Generations Chiropractic, has sounded almost too good to be true, since doing just one thing can have so many various benefits. But that's simply how it works. So that's how we work. By getting the nervous system better regulated and working again, you can expect all sorts of improvements in your child's quality of life. Chiropractic isn't just the next thing that might help or only the thing that'll help with this thing. It could be the one thing that you've been searching for all along. To learn more about nervous system dysregulation, vagus nerve dysfunction, the neurological insight scans, and how we might be able to help, click the link below or check out our bio on Instagram. And as always, if you've got any questions or additional concerns, simply comment below or send us a DM on Instagram. We can't wait to hear from you and get your family started on your healing journey right away.